Thanks for coming in. What can we do for you today? Well, we're going through a remodel and, we'd like to pick out a stove. Well, we've got a range of options. Okay, I was hoping you could point us in the right direction. Sounds perfect. Sounds like this conversation's really starting to heat up. I get it. You've got stove jokes. I get it. Can you help us or not? Oh, yeah, I'll be happy to walk you through it. I guess you could say I've got range. Oh. Welcome back, Remodelites, to another exciting episode of Remodel Media. I am Dave, and for the last 16 years, I've helped people put together kitchens, baths, outdoor kitchens, and various other home renovation projects. On a recent video, user Sweet Stuff asked, "Here's a question for you. I'm interested in a 30-inch range, no computer boards please. Propane with option to change to natural gas, a broiler in the oven, not a broiler drawer, and if it has a convection oven, I want the option to turn that off. My biggest concerns are an accurate oven temperature and that heats up quickly because I'm a baker, and variability in the stovetop BTUs, either individually or by burner. I have an old Roper currently that is all gas, and the oven is spot on for temperature stability and accuracy. So I'm not so sure I'm buying into the dual fuel electric ovens are more accurate thing. Are there any ranges that fit this description?" Well, Sweet Stuff, I'm glad you asked. Let's dive into it. Now, Roper is not a company that I have heard from in quite a while. You see, maybe 15 or 20 years ago, there were two companies. There was the Whirlpool Corporation, and there was the Maytag Corporation. And the Whirlpool Corporation had a lineup called Roper, Whirlpool, and KitchenAid. Maytag Corporation had AMANA, Maytag, and Jenn-Air. These two companies had a very similar lineup. The Roper and the AMANA would handle the apartment grade or the very basic units in each category. Basic apartment ranges and refrigerators. They didn't do anything super fancy. You had the Whirlpool and you had the Maytag, which were sort of considered your mass market premium. They were the top end of what you were going to see at like a Home Depot or Lowe's. And then you had KitchenAid and Jenn-Air, which were designed to be the premium collections in each brand. Whirlpool then bought out the Maytag company, and for a long time there was this identity crisis of which brand they were going to keep and which brand they were going to lose. They decided to keep the AMANA label for the basic apartment level because they felt like the AMANA was more readily recognized. The Whirlpool and Maytag, they kept both labels because both were separate but equal. They were very distinct in their own fields. Maytag for the durability, Whirlpool for the innovation. What you'll notice is this company now, when they want to introduce a technology, they'll introduce it in Whirlpool first, and it will make its way into the other brands as they see fit. And then you had KitchenAid and Jenn-Air, which for a very long time, Jenn-Air was kind of considered like super KitchenAid. They didn't really have a direction with the company up until maybe, I'll say about 5 years ago with the Jenn-Air label. You'll notice from a couple of my previous videos over the last several years, Jenn-Air has really come out strong with a lot of new innovation, not just in design, but technology as well. They are differentiating themselves from the KitchenAid label. And KitchenAid is still going strong. Obviously, everybody knows them for things like their stand mixers and stuff like that, but they also have the full lineup of appliances as well. So if you wanted something to replace your existing unit, I would probably recommend the AGR 5330 from AMANA. This unit will automatically come natural gas unless you specify propane, so no problem there. This is a typical freestanding unit. Very basic oven size, very average on the oven performance. So your first requirement that you asked about was no electronics. And here's where you and I are going to differ, because the reality is every range is going to have electronics. It's a question of how much. Now, when I hear that phrase, I hear a lot of people saying, well, I don't want the electronics because it's one more thing to break. I have to disagree with that, just because I've never seen anybody roll into a car dealership and say, well, give me the hand crank windows because the buttons are just one more thing to break. Nobody says that. Nobody in their right mind would say that. And that's okay. But if that's a personal preference of yours, that you want something, a machine that's as simple as possible, we can still do that. As I've said before, everything is right for somebody. There's a reason we have so many options out there. Just keep in mind that all ranges that are sold on the market today are going to be an electronic ignition, meaning they're not going to have a pilot light, and they will have a certain amount of electronics in them. They're all going to have a circuit board, every single one. There's not a range that is sold on the market today that doesn't have some circuitry to it. Now, when it comes to specifically baking versus roasting, electric versus gas, there's a little misconception here. And what you'll hear a lot of salespeople say, and that I've received this training, so I know that they have told me this. However, I have had professional chefs correct me on this. So what you'll hear salespeople say is, you should definitely get a dual fuel oven because you've got gas on top and electric in the oven. And the electric oven is always going to be super consistent, so those cookies are going to come out perfect and baking is going to come out perfect every time. And of course, you get to cook with gas on the top. Now, the reality, of course, is very different. If you go into any professional bakery, any place that produces bread and other baked goods, you're going to notice that they are more than likely going to be cooking with a gas oven. And that is because gas has an inherent moisture content in it that is not easily replicated with electric. So the only electric oven that really cooks better than gas is going to be an electric oven with a steam assist. Steam assist is a feature that you'll find in many high-end ranges, things like Decor, Thermador, and I've done videos on them in the past. You can check them out. So if we were to look at a simple dual fuel oven, the electric oven is actually going to give you a better result for roasting than it is for baking. Moving on to your concern about convection, almost 100% of the time, in fact, I have not found a range where this is not true. So 99.99% of the time, whenever there is convection, it is an isolatable feature, which means that is something you can choose to use or not use. Depending on the recipe, depending on what you're baking, it's something it's a tool that will be there if you need it, but if you don't need it, you don't have to use it. Now, years ago, I had a client, his name was Serge Falstich, and you might not recognize that name, but I'm willing to bet that you recognize the name of his former boss, Wolfgang Puck. And Serge was one of Wolfgang Puck's sort of right-hand guys. He worked directly for Wolfgang and created the menus, I believe, in some of his restaurants. And eventually Serge moved on to bigger and better things. He would design kitchens for people who could afford his services. When I met him, he was designing a kitchen for a client in the La Jolla area of San Diego. And he had narrowed down his choice of range to one of several different options. I believe he was looking at a capital range and an American range. And these are two very similar ranges, but with a few distinct differences. He ended up choosing the American range, specifically the Performer series, because if you look at a range like a KitchenAid or a Genair or a Thermador or a Decor or a Viking, and you look at those like a Cadillac Escalade. They're a high-end piece, very sleek and contemporary. You look at the American Range Performer series like an old school Humvee, like an old school military surplus beast of a machine that is meant to take a beating and work in a commercial environment. American Range is actually a commercial company that happens to make ranges for the home as well. And so their products are all made in the same factory to the same standards. The American Range has burners that will range anywhere from 12,000 BTU to 25,000 BTU, which is enormous. You look at your typical Whirlpool or Maytag range or cooktop, those will usually top out around 18,000 BTU, which makes a 25,000 BTU, 25 to 30% more powerful. Now, an open burner, I've covered this in videos past, but an open burner is just that. It's a burner that is exposed on the sides. You get more power because you get more airflow. The only thing your AMANA range is not going to have is the broiler. It has a broiling drawer, but it does not have a broiler in the oven. In addition to very powerful burners, in addition to being switch and knob operated rather than push button, the American range also has a broiler in the oven. So it's got a bake element, broiling element, convection element if you want it. It's a true European convection. So the meaning of a true European convection means it is a fan that has a heating element around it. You can cook just with convection. I think it's a great range, and Serge did too, and that's why he chose that one. I think this range probably fits most of your needs, but comparing it to the cost of an AMANA replacement unit, I have to be honest and say we are night and day difference. The AMANA range retails for around $600 and is a very low replacement cost. And the American range, although it is a range that is going to last you for many decades, it retails for $44.99. Although I was able to find this deal on Amazon for $29.99. I happen to think it's worth it, but the question is it worth it to you? As far as the gas supply on the American range, you need to select either natural gas or propane before you order. Now, if I may suggest a happy middle ground, perhaps you could consider the Thor Kitchen HRG30. Now, this is a 30-inch pro-style range. It's very similar visually to the American range. It does not have the open burners. They are sealed burners, which it does make for easier cleanup. However, in the interest of full disclosure, I do want to let you know that it is a product that is not made in the United States. It is made in China. That being said, I don't always advocate for Chinese-made product. However, this particular product I've had some experience with. I've had positive feedback from clients. People seem to like it. I don't feel too bad about recommending it. It has a broiler. The burners aren't as powerful as your American range, but they're more powerful than the AMANA. In addition to the broiler, it has a couple of high-end features, things like telescopic racks. And not to mention, it has very minimal electronics. It has some LED lights on the knobs and electronic ignition, and that's about it. No clock or timer display, none of that stuff. You may want to check them out. I did do an interview with them at KBIZ last year, so you can check that out here, and let me know if that helps you out. But with a price closer to about $2,000, it's a really good deal. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some good information out of that episode. Go ahead and click here for more videos. Go ahead and click here to subscribe. And make sure you check out the description below for relevant links to some of the products that we discussed today. And leave your comments and questions down below because I love answering them. As always, I'll see you in the next one.